Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Chloe. What are we doing today? Well, first off, sorry I sound terrible. I literally have COVID. Surprisingly, this is the first time I've gotten it though. Thank God for being fully vaccinated, so it's not too bad. It's not fun. It's pretty terrible actually. I am gonna try and bust out this last Halloween look for you guys. When you're watching this, tomorrow will be Halloween. This is actually what I'm gonna be doing for Halloween, so if anything, it's kind of me practicing. I know you already know from the title of this video what we're gonna be doing. This year, we're just doing takes on classics. Besides last week wasn't really a classic, but yeah, whatever. So specifically, I'm doing Kendall Jenner's Witch, which is the one I've seen the most, which she did super elegantly. Now that's the actual costume, right? As for makeup, I'm gonna do more than what she did because she did very simple makeup. Honestly, don't know exactly how I wanna do this, so I think I'm just gonna start and see where I go from there. The thing with these classic Halloween looks is you can absolutely make it your own in so many ways. This is just my take on it. One thing I know I want to do is that little crescent moon thingy. I don't know what it is. I don't know the meaning of it. Maybe I should Google that. I am just really jumping right in here. I am gonna go in and start with my eyes. I'm gonna take my Milani eye primer just to get me a nice, good, even base, and so it doesn't smudge or crease. Taking my NARS Casino bronzer, I am using this as my transition shade, just starting to build up the color. I'm using my KVD Beauty Shade and Light palette. I am going to be using a lot of this guy. I'm essentially just going darker and darker with each shade that I use to create a soft, seamless transition. I'm using pretty fluffy brushes for all of these steps right now. I also have a clean fluffy brush I'm using here and just taking that to soften the edges and then going back in with the Casino color and using that to blend it out. Lots of back and forth here. It's now time for the black, again just using my Shade and Light palette, and I'm using a smaller, little bit denser brush. It is still kind of fluffy, not as much as the others though. I'm focusing this more towards my lash line. And going back in with a big fluffy brush, blend it all out, soften those edges, and then back in with some black, re-add the pigment, and then back to blend again. You guys get it. Lots of this, lots of this. Oh yeah, and make sure to keep going back in with your lighter colors as well to keep that transition very seamless. Okay, so now that I am happy with that and the blend, I'm gonna take this lighter shade, again from my Shade and Light palette, and I'm just packing this on my inner corner. I'm not really focusing on blending it right now. I just wanna put the color down, and then I'll go in and blend it out a little bit and mesh it with the other colors. I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer to just prime my entire face for foundation. I'm going to take my CoverGirl True Blend Foundation in the shade Golden Beige. And this is, of course, just going all over. I totally used way too much, and I think you can, definitely see that. Taking my Born This Way Too Faced Concealer in the shade Very Fair. I am just highlighting the high points. Not really the high points, I guess. This is a little thing I saw on TikTok. You might have seen it too. Basically, you put your concealer this way to give a very lifting effect. And I liked the way it did it. I'm going in with my flat concealer brush here because I'm taking the concealer from under my eyes and dragging it to clean up and sharpen my eyeshadow. To set everywhere I just put the concealer, I'm taking my Laura Mercier powder here. For my brows, I'm starting with my e.l.f. brow pen in the shade Auburn, and this is my normal brow routine, you guys, so I'm just showing you the products. This is the NYX Lift and Snatch, also in Auburn. And the final product I use for my brows here is my NYX Thick It Stick It Brow Gel in Auburn. I always clean up my brows, but today of all days it was very important to create separation between the eyeshadow and the brow. I'm going to use my e.l.f. monochromatic stick in the shade Glimmering Guava. This is a super pigmented shade, and I put on a little bit too much, but it's gorgeous. I freaking love this shade. And I forgot I wasn't recording, so I accidentally skipped a couple steps here. But to go back over it, I did my under eyes. I took all the colors I did before, so starting in the same order, went from lightest to darkest, using NARS Casino to be my transition, very blended shade, that's brought down the farthest. Then I took a smaller brush using that little bit of a darker brown to make it a little bit deeper, took that along my lash line, and used a very thin brush for the black and took it right at my lower lash line, but I softened it a little bit after. And then I'm going to go in here with my NYX Epic Smoke Liner, and I'm going to line my tight line and line my water line. A lot of lines. I'm going in with my Mary Luminizer highlighter, and I am just hitting my cheekbones with this. So everything is a little more cohesive. I'm going to be taking my NARS Casino bronzer as my bronzer as well. Then I'm going to go in with my waterproof Wet n Wild eyeliner, and I am doing the inner corners of my eyes. So sorry you can't see this part very well. Extreme focus. You guys know I'm not good at it. Now it's time for the part that I was dreading the most, which is the half moon circle thingy. I just started taking an old felt tip liner that doesn't really have a lot of pigment to it anymore to kind of sketch it out. I didn't like the spot I put it in right away. It wasn't like in the center, so I just erased it a little bit and started over. But I'm just doing this to kind of sketch it out, and then I will go in with my regular Wet n Wild eyeliner after and really color in all the lines and make sure it's nice and perfect. A makeup wipe is literally going to be your best friend in this situation to help you get it nice clean edges. Once I was happy with how that turned out, I just grabbed my Too Faced concealer again and I went around and cleaned it up a little bit. This was some like going in with the concealer, going back in with the eyeliner, a little bit more back and forth here. I tried to find some decently big lashes to put on, so here is before and then here is after. I'm just using this Wet n Wild black lipstick I have. I'm taking it on a small angled brush first to line my lips because I really didn't feel like lining my lips with eyeliner. So I'm just using a small brush to line them with the same lipstick I'm going to use. And then I just fill them in with a lipstick, of course. And again, using my Too Faced concealer to clean up these edges. When using black, you gotta clean up the edges. I also wanted to create kind of like a sharp mouth corner. I hope you get what I mean when I say sharp mouth corner. That sounds weird. I was about to say look complete. I thought it was look complete. I thought wrong. I was gonna say look complete here, but I feel like it's too plain. I feel like I need something more. So I'm gonna add just a little something more. I wanna do some dots maybe over my brow. I hope this doesn't turn out terrible. I'm gonna go back in with my Wet n Wild eyeliner. And I'm actually gonna take my dotting tool for nails and I'm just gonna coat it. I think I'm gonna do over the arch of my brow. I'm gonna do one starting before the arch of my brow. Okay. Oh God, I just realized I have to even them out. That's not gonna be fun. And then I'm gonna do a second one over right at like the arch. Okay, it's a little bit smaller, which is actually good. And I'm gonna take the smaller side and I'm gonna do the last dot past the arch. I think I'm happy with that. Okay, let's try and replicate this. Let's try. Does that look the same? Can't tell. I don't think I'll be able to tell until the others are there either. Okay, second one. Okay. Wow! The only bummer is my hair kind of covers that, but whatever, I don't care that much. I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead. I'm not gonna do anything more. This look is complicated enough with the stupid little things. Wanted it to be pretty dark, but I didn't want to add really much red because I feel like red gets really vampire-y. I'm actually a little sad that you can't see the dots. I'm feeling witchy. Oh yeah, I love my fancy gloves though, so I guess I will put those on. Yes, I love Halloween. Hey, so here is the completed look. I'm gonna have to figure out something with this lipstick because it will smudge super easily. I also don't want to take this off, but I have to take my dog for a walk. Can I go like this? Do you think the public's gonna think I'm weird? Maybe creepy men will stay away from me? That's a pro. This honestly seems like kind of a simple look, but it absolutely is not. The amount of time that I just spent going back and forth was a lot. It was a lot. This look and a smoky eye in general is just very much so a process. So patience, 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 patience. I think that took me like 2 hours to do, for sure. It was so long. This completes the Halloween series for 2022. Thank you all so much for joining me this year. I really hope that you enjoyed and found some inspiration and ideas. Make sure to subscribe down below if you have not already and leave me a like because it really helps me out. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already and leave me a like because it really helps me out. Happy Halloween. I will see you guys in the next one.